Coach Neighbors here, and we'll go ahead and take questions. Paul, lead us off.
Sure, Coach. Just talk about the finish. Had some problems from the foul line at times tonight. Here and there, missed 6 or 8, but finished off. I think with 6 in a row, and when you really needed them.
Yeah, that's integral if you're going to try to put a game away against a team that has to foul. So I think we start getting the right people up there. Some of those. I'll take Amber Ramirez at the foul line. Got a lot of confidence in her up there toward the stretch and in the end. So, but a good way to finish it. I think we gave up the 3 there at the buzzer, but I didn't want our kids anywhere remotely near them to give them a chance at a 4-point play. So we knew they were going to come. You look at their second half, they hang 54 on us, but we knew that was coming. This is an explosive team. I said it in the pregame to anybody that would listen to me. Hopefully now everybody sees it firsthand.
Porter, go ahead.
Coach, talk about your inside defense. You really looked like there was a lot of movement down there, keying on and really limiting their second chance points.
Trying to, we started having to double. They've always historically tried to post us up with our guards, and they tried that today and had a lot of success with it. But we got some turnovers down in there. We went down there and started digging it out and did a good job scrambling and recovering, then rebounding decently. They only get 8 offensive rebounds on us, which is an absolute slam dunk victory for us on most nights like that. So, but yes, post defense and interior defense, and then our guard rebounding. We got in there and we got our, they like to call themselves big guards, but Amber's 4 defensive rebounds and Michaela Daniels is 5 and Jalen Mason's 5. Those add up a bunch. That's where the stops come. And I thought they were all very, very timely. Our bench was phenomenal today. Came in and gave us lift on offense and defense.
Colin, go ahead.
Hey, Coach Neighbors, I know you said you'd been concerned about Missouri posting up with the guards. They did it back with Sophie even. But it looked like in the second quarter when they really went to it was Missouri's least effective offensive output. How prepared were you for them doing that, and what did you do to limit them to 11 points in the second quarter?
Well, we worked on it pretty much all for a day and a half. We felt like we had to force them to go to plan B. Take away plan A, and that was sometimes we had 3 people down there. It was okay. We miscommunicated, ended up with 3 people instead of just a double team. But that it was the focus, and it was good to see us make them go to plan B. They obviously came back to it when they needed to. But I will tell you this too. We got to the point where we were telling our kids, I didn't think there were enough possessions left if we would just give up 2s. So we were really guarding the arc. And I know we were up 8 or 10 or whatever, and they got it back to the final score is a 3-point game. But I think we did a really good job of managing possessions. We even slowed it down. Debbie, sorry you had to watch that. We actually, for the first time, you got Debbie Antonelli on here. We talk offense all the time. I told Michaela to walk it up twice tonight, and I think that's a new league record for us. But, learning this game was crucial, y'all. You look, we're coming off a tough road game at Kentucky, and we got Tennessee and Texas A&M up next. 1-1 going into those 2 games is so much different than 0-2. So we had a little pressure on us, and you could sense it a little bit at first. We got down 8-0, but I purposely didn't call a timeout because I didn't want them to think we had panicked. I think if I'd have called the timeout at 8 minutes, I don't know what I would have said. I don't know what any of us would have said to them. It could have gone the other direction. Instead, because we got a lot of veterans, we let them play, and I think we finished the half on a really good run there. I don't know what it would mathematically work out to be, but felt like we got settled down, and that was big for the rest of the game.
Natalie, go ahead.
Coach, I saw before the game, you mentioned it yourself. You're talking up Missouri a lot, said they're definitely one to watch in the SEC. What do you think it said about their grit today that they were able to hold you guys close to? Obviously, you guys have been able to get a little bit more games in this season, hold you guys close till the end.
Yeah, no, I didn't expect anything less. They have earned our respect. We play them twice every year, so we watch them a lot. You end up watching them a lot. And I've watched every one of their preseason games, not for scouting, just because it was on. And I've just been so impressed with, and I was just said it to her in the hallway, just Asia Blackwell's maturity and how the newcomers have blended in with those 2 freshmen that had to carry them last year when they, were playing through the SEC and taking some lumps. They were this good. They just didn't know it yet. And Robin's done a great job of putting them in situations to be successful. I know how good this team is, and now I haven't even played them. I may have undersold them even a little bit. They are really, really good, and our league is really, really good. I mean, if this is the team that I think is going to look at it and at the end of the year is going to have either a bunch of wins or a bunch of games just like this that they're battling every single person they play.
Debbie, do you have anything? Okay, Colin, go ahead.
Yeah, Mike, how much did LaDeja Williams getting her her fourth foul there in the third quarter, I think, change the game and really open up the offensive glass for Taylor and for Aaron?
This much, however wide I can get, that much. It's obviously she came in, made such an impact in the first 3 minutes of the game. And, I don't think it's any secret. Robin knows this. We always do try to go at a couple of people right off the bat, a couple of different ways. And this is now 4 games in a row we've been able to get one of their people in foul trouble. We picked her today because we had no answer for her. Not that we've ever been able to guard Asia that well either, but at least we can hang in there. We had no answer for Williams, and the fact that she got 2 was massive. And we know that. We know next time that may not be the case. We'll have to try somebody different.
2 more. We'll go Paul and then Porter.
Hey, Coach, just talk about you said a little bit about your bench play, the play of Mason and Davis in particular. Yep. You're kind of trading offense for defense from some late in the game, especially.
Yeah, that's Jalen. I use it with Q an awful lot because she's such a difference maker on the boards, and with her links, she tips a lot of balls. And she had a little period where she had to be out. She's starting to get her legs back under. We got her back to about 10 minutes tonight that were really important. Jalen's minutes are just so vital because she plays 4 positions. There's just not many people in basketball that can comprehend playing 4 spots and know that in each one of those spots, her role is unique, and fathom that and compartmentalize it and then go out and do it. It asks an awful lot of her, but it is not something I would ask somebody to do that I didn't know was capable of doing it. But she gets 9 and 5 and 2 steals and 2 assists and only turns it over 1 time and probably wants to argue about that turnover because that's just the type of kid. She's that kid that makes 99 on tests and one's mad about the point she missed, That's who Jalen's been. But, those 8 kids have been a really good core for us. It's allowed some of our starters to play closer to the number of minutes that they can play 100% at. Michaela, we'll see how she is, but just our bangs and bruises are starting to add up, and that's because we're 12 games in. We're at the wall faster than most other people are, and Debbie and I were talking about this earlier, but that's where we're at. Are we the first team in the country to win 10 games? First to play 12. I think we may be the first to win 10. I mean that Mario's scurrying behind me, but maybe somebody else has won 10. A&M's won 10. Leave it to Blair to spoil the party.
And NC State.
Okay, well, and a couple of good guys. I don't mind being thrown into that group of people. I don't want any part of them on the golf course, but no, we're starting to get to that point, and we're starting to see some things that we've never experienced before with the pandemic, and it's just fun to go through it with these guys. We were really disappointed, and I was proud our kids were disappointed at a loss on the road to a team that was picked in the preseason to finish higher than us, that's been playing really well. Our kids really were disappointed we lost that game, and that's a first. And as hard as that is to deal with, it was good to see, and I think it carried over into our practices the last 2 days. And much needed, a much earned day off tomorrow, and then we'll get back to getting ready for the next 2.
Porter, close us out.
I kind of want to talk about the clutch free throws with Ramirez down the stretch, shooting 4 for 12. Then Michaela, gets hurt, but mentally being able to really hit those clutch free throws. How big is that going to be going down the road?
Well, the number is that she drew 7 fouls. That is a personal record for her because she doesn't shoot a lot of free throws typically, but we've been putting the ball in her hands, making her the decision maker in some flat ball screen action, some wing on ball screen action. She is our best percentage free throw shooter in practice. Michaela may get there in games. I don't know how that all works out. I haven't followed that as closely, but Amber has big numbers when we shoot our free throw games. So I tell everybody that whoever is at the top of that free throw ladder, we have a little free throw ladder, and whoever's at the top of the free throw ladder in games like this where they're going to have to foul, we're going to put it in that person's hands. So that is Amber, and she goes 7 out of 8, and she's pissed about the one she missed. I can guarantee you. She'll be focused more on that than the 7 that she made. But, for us to get to, we had 65 combined 3-point attempts and free throw attempts, which is where we need to live in a game that was paced like this. And 7 turnovers. I don't know how many possessions we played, but our turnover rate was outstanding. Anytime you can have a 1 to 10 turnover to shot attempt ratio, field goal attempt ratio, that's pretty good.
All right, everybody. Thank you.
Mario's in a hurry. He's got a date or something. I don't know, but if y'all need me, y'all holler at me. Thanks, y'all.